The fourth film in the widely popular Descendants series, Descendants: The Rise of Red, has won audiences this summer with an ending that begs for more. The future looks bright, and we have the latest news about the fifth installment. On July 12th, Disney Plus launched the fourth installment of the Descendants franchise. The narrative centers on new characters who are enrolled in classes and Uma, who is now the principal of Ordon Prep. Uma welcomes all villain kids into its arms. She invited Red, Princess of Wonderland, another VK, to attend the school. The Queen of Hearts takes the chance to spark a coup because her hatred for Ordon has never wavered. Her life is in danger when Cinderella tries to see her rationality. Red must embark on a time-traveling adventure alongside Chloe, the daughter of Cinderella, to discover the exact moment that transformed her mother into a villain. Red has always yearned for a chance to be herself. Red and Chloe team up to figure out the precise reason behind their enrollment at Merlin Academy. Maybe they can save their future if they can stop what happens to Bridget before she becomes the Queen of Hearts. They find out that Bridget was Ella's best friend in addition to being a really nice person. Yulana had humiliated her at Castle Coming when she was a teenager at Merlin Academy. In essence, this sets her on a path of evil. Ella teaches Chloe that not everyone who isn't royalty has to play by the rules or always follow them. They think that discovering what Yulana, Hades, Hook, Maleficent, and Morgie have planned and prevented it from happening is the only way to avert the Queen of Hearts takeover in the present and preserve Cinderella's life. When they learn that she intends to use a banned cookbook to exact her ideal retaliation, they plan to steal the cookbook first. Though it took longer than they had anticipated, they succeeded in obtaining the cookbook from Merlin's office. Maleficent, Hook, Yulana, and Hades steal the book from Red. The enchantment Merlin puts on the book causes them to become unable to move as soon as they open it. Merlin informs them that they will be held in custody for an extended period after discovering them frozen. Being vigilant allows Morgie to get away with it without getting punished. Red fears that when they return, her mother might still be evil, even if they are able to stop Yulana. The events from the movie's opening begin to unfold when Red and Chloe return to Ordon. The Queen of the Hearts does, however, send enchanted heart bubbles into the atmosphere this time. The front of her dress is nearly white in the center, but the outside is still red when she turns. Like her younger self, more of a blush pink. The audience is led to believe that this Queen of Hearts is a transformed person who is no longer evil. Chloe is greeted warmly by Cinderella, who is likewise safe and well, but there might be far greater consequences for altering time than Red and Chloe could have ever imagined. This is a happy ending to the story. We still seem to be in the dark about exactly what transpired at the Castle Coming to transform Bridget into the Queen of Hearts. Does this mean that the Queen of Hearts is no longer a villain if she's no longer evil? Does Ella still fall in love with Prince Charming if she's grounded? Was Bridget never the target of the prank since Yulana and the other VKs were discovered? Does modifying the narrative of one villain affect not just the villains but also the story of our beloved prince and princess? Within the plot, there are still a ton of unanswered questions. Since the film's premiere, the remaining members of the cast have reportedly discussed the possibility of going back to undo what they did. Could preventing the Queen of Hearts from giving into evil, as many fans have already conjectured, have in some way made Cinderella's fate her own, turning the epitome of Disney's kindness into a formidable opponent? I should point out that Cantrell and Baker are completely in favor of Cinderella taking a dark turn, a la Audrey in Descendants 3, particularly if the change affects her children. Red's father's identity is among the questions that fans have been posing to themselves. The rebellious child of the notorious Queen of Hearts, Red, embarks on a journey that blends her turbulent past and promising future. But as the narrative goes on, we learn about this man who has a subtle but important influence on how Red's life works out. So in Descendants 4, who is Red's father? Red's father is none other than the King of Hearts, who made an appearance in the beloved Disney animation Alice in Wonderland in 1951. He appears to be mild-mannered, even docile, in contrast to his hot-headed and controlling wife. His presence in Descendants 4 contributes to a better understanding of Red's royal family tree's history and its intricate relationships. The modest and small husband of the Queen of Hearts is known as the King of Hearts. He is portrayed as a secondary ruler in the original Alice in Wonderland movie, dwarfed by his fiery wife. He's one of the few characters who can sway the queen despite having less power. An example of this is when he convinces her to grant Alice a trial rather than an instant execution.
Off with her head!
Understanding Red's family history and her own challenges with her mother's rigid rules requires an understanding of this moderating force quality. The Queen is still the more important character in Descendants 4 than the King of Hearts. His persona shows a different aspect of Red's ancestry and offers a counterpoint to the Queen's demurring demeanor. I would love to see more of the King of Hearts in the future, as his presence is felt in the film as Red navigates her rebellious spirit and identity, even though the main focus is on Red's adventures and relationships with her mother. It was announced on September 21st, 2021 that Gary Marsh, who is Disney's branded television president and chief creative officer at the time, would retire at the end of 2021. Marsh would launch his own production company to make films and television series for Disney's streaming services as part of an agreement with the company. Marsh has organized several productions under his production company. Two of these were supposedly new Descendants movies. Descendants 4, which he executive produced, is one that was just released. Likewise, the revelation that Marsh originally had two films planned, the fifth is just a matter of time. If the currently streaming Descendants garners positive feedback from viewers, production of Descendants 5 may be approved. The Rise of Red's production window suggests that late 2026 is the earliest possible release date for the movie. However, no indication of filming for the sequel will start anytime soon, so it'll probably premiere later. The actress who played Red and Chloe, Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker respectively, mentioned in an interview that they would be interested in returning if a sequel to the film were to be made. China Anne McClain, who played Uma, the principal of Ordon Prep, was one of the original cast members to return to her role from the first three Descendants film in The Rise of Red. She may play the same role in the fifth film as well. Melanie Paxton, who plays Fairy Godmother in the fourth film, is the only other Descendants original star who is back. She made appearances in each of the first three films in the trilogy, and then she returns to the role in the fourth. Thus, we anticipate seeing her a fifth time.
That's principle, Uma, to you.
Also expect to see Rita Ora as the Queen of Hearts. Ora is portraying what she calls an iconic character, one that has been betrayed in popular culture in a variety of contexts over the years, including motion picture adaptations. She also states she would like to return to the franchise. We'll also get to see Dara Renee's character Uma's aunt, who is Ursula's sister in the past, thanks to some time travel mischief. Her statements that she desired an Yulana origin story let us know that we would see her again. Of course, Brandy and Paola are also important to mention. I am ready to see them waltz and sing again. It would be unexpected to see the original Descendants cast return, given that they chose not to return for The Rise of Red. Dove Cameron does not make her first on-screen appearance in the franchise, despite Uma mentioning Mal by name in the movie. But even though it's revealed that Mal persuaded Uma to take over as the principal of Ordon Prep, and Uma's choice to invite Wonderland VK to school is what starts everything off, her main character from the first three films still has a significant influence on the fourth. Boo Boo Stewart, Sophia Carson, Mitchell Hope, Brianna de Amcoy, and Anna Cathcart are the other original stars that did not come back. Maybe this time. But there is some good news. Jedi Goodcare, who played Chad in the original trilogy, has expressed interest in reprising his role in Descendants 5. Smash that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video.